Good day, everyone. We are going to present our research proposal about efficiency of using solar-powered streetlights in Barangay Linao, Tayasan, Negros, Oriental. It is a partial requirement for EE341, as known as Research Methods in Engineering, by Marcosani C. Baldado, PS in Electrical Engineering, Neil T. Salcedo, PS in Electrical Engineering. Acknowledgement. First and foremost, praises and thanks to God, the Almighty, for His showers of blessings throughout our research proposal. We would like to express our special thanks of gratitude to our instructor, Dr. Craig, for the continuous support of our research proposal, for his patience, motivation, enthusiasm, and immense knowledge. To our parents, who supported us in the late and sleepless nights we have gone through in order to finish the research proposal. We are very much thankful to our relatives for their love, understanding prayers, and continuing support to complete this research proposal. Our special thanks goes to my friend named Leomar A. Medes for the keen interest shown to complete this research proposal successfully. Table of Contents. Chapter 1 composed of introduction, rationale of the study, statement of the problem, significance of the study, scope and limitation, definition of terms, theoretical framework, conceptual framework, review of related literature, methodology, references, appendices, and resume. And also list of figure. Chapter 1 start with introduction. Electricity is the basic part of nature. It is one of our most widely used forms of energy. Humans get electricity from many sources such as thermal energy, kinetic energy, solar energy, and more by energy conversion. Energy conversion is the process of changing one form of energy to another form of energy. The three major categories of energy electricity generation are fossil fuel, such as coal, natural gas, and petroleum, and also nuclear energy and renewable energy sources. So, this study is conducted because Barangay Linao is one of the barangay in Tayasan, Negros Oriental that is located far away from the highway, where only few streetlights are being built, but not all of these can be able to provide a light to every street where it is mounted. The Barangay Linao Tayasan Negros Oriental, it is one of the barangay in municipality of Tayasan that still uses conventional streetlights. For this, the researchers decided to conduct a study about the efficiency of using solar-powered streetlights instead of ordinary streetlights. And also, the second part of chapter 1 is the rationale of the study. With the increasing problem regarding the use of conventional streetlights, possible alternatives have been provided to solve the issue. Solar-powered streetlights as a replacement for the conventional one would be a better option, given the benefits that the solar-powered streetlights give. The source of this energy, called solar energy, is non-polluting, low-maintenance, renewable source, unlike the traditional sources of energy like coal and oil. Barangay Linao, Tayasan, Negros Oriental is one of the rural areas in the municipality of Tayasan which still uses the conventional streetlights, and so possible changing of these conventional streetlights to the solar-powered one could be a better choice for the community. But still, changing the conventional one to the solar-powered streetlights would surely be a great risk from the investment to the replacement and maintenance, as well as the overall benefits. A big innovation like this would be not that easy because it involves a lot of money to make this proposal possible. The statement of the problem. The statement of the problem: electricity is one of the most important blessings that science has given to mankind. So our statement of the problem composes of 4 questions, and these questions, particularly this study aims to answer the following. First question: how will the benefits from the solar power streetlights compensate the amount of investment? The second one: what would be the design and materials needed in these solar powered streetlights? And number 3: what will be the benefits in using solar streetlights instead of conventional streetlights in terms of natural environment? And the last: how long would it take to install the proposed solar power streetlights in Barangay Linao, Tayasan, Negros, Oriental? The significance of the study. The result of this study will be beneficial to the Barangay Linao, Tayasan, Negros, Oriental, the community, the environment, and the researchers. In terms of Barangay Linao, this study will help to the barangay in further improvement of solar power street lighting and the utilization of solar energy in that area. And also in the community, this study maybe provide security to the people residing and also improves the overall look of the community. And the third one is the environment. This study may be able to have pollution-free, causes no greenhouse gases to be emitted after installation. And the lastly, researcher. This study can also be used as reference and provide future scholars more information and knowledge about the study of alternative energy sources, specifically solar energy. Furthermore, this study may be able to show that there is a cheaper and more efficient way of providing light for the people residing within Barangay Linao, Tayasan, Negros Oriental. This can also help the other barangays within Tayasan to acknowledge the use of solar power streetlights as a replacement to the conventional one for the universal benefits that they can get. In addition, the solar streetlights ensure that will be provided at night, increasing the feeling of safety for individuals residing and passing through the said area. So if there is the significance of the study, it has also a scopes and limitations. This study will only cover the Barangay Linao, Tayasan, Negros Oriental, and it focuses only on the efficiency of using solar streetlights compared to ordinary streetlights and if the amount of the investment will compensate its benefits. And the data used at the research were based on the interview and survey conducted with their respondents. It focused on their different opinions about the proposed solar streetlights in Barangay Linao, Tayasan, Negros Oriental, and how everyone could benefit from it, including the natural environment. And also, it has definition of terms, that is solar energy, electricity, renewable energy, non-renewable resource, also called finite resource, electric energy, and also photovoltaic.
So we are done with the definition of terms. Now let's proceed to theoretical framework. This study is anchored on the theory that some materials generate an electrical current when exposed to sunlight. The photovoltaic effect was first discovered on 1839 by French physicist Edmond Becquerel. He discovered the photovoltaic effect while experimenting with a cell made of metal electrodes in a conducting solution. He noted that the cell produced more electricity when it was exposed to light. Photovoltaic effect is known as a physical process whereby PV cells convert sunlight into electricity. When a PV cell is exposed to the sun, the absorbed amount of light generates electrical energy, whereas the remaining sunlight can be reflected or transmitted. The electrons present in the atoms of the PV cell are energized by the energy of the absorbed light. So, as you can see, this is in the figure 1. This is how a PV cell works. So, we're done with a theoretical framework. Now let's proceed to conceptual framework. For the conceptual framework, we have 3 columns, as you can see in the screen. So we have input, process, and output. Number 1, interview. For the process, interpret the answers that will be gathered from the interview. For the output, some of the research questions might be answered. It can help the researchers in formulating the conclusion and recommendation part. Number 2, gather information about the streetlights and the estimated cost. Then for the process, analyze the data that will be gathered and make a comparison between the conventional and the solar streetlights, as well as the time needed to implement the project on all of the streetlights. For the output, this can help the researcher to have some evaluation on the difference of the two, the conventional and the solar streetlights. Number 3, gather information about the cost of the possible materials to use and the internet or an existing research with almost the same concept. Then for the process, compute for the possible investment needed in fulfilling the replacement of the conventional streetlights into solar ones. For the output, this can help to answer one of the research problems, as well as to formulate some possible recommendation when it comes to cost and investment. Number 4, gather information about the effects of the solar streetlights and the environment. Then for the process, interpret the data gathered. For the output, this can help the researcher to answer another research problem or question, and can help the researchers to formulate conclusions as well as recommendation. Now, for the review of related literature. So there are many related literatures about this project proposal. I will state some of those. So, as the global population continued to upsurge together with the continual development of industrialization, the thirst of man for energy have reached a milestone. As a nature of human, it tends to find solutions to problems. Thus, the scarcity in energy had been solved by the solution of having alternative energy source coming from sun to generate energy, according to Gray year 2017. Next is the solar panel is a device tends to transform radiant heat coming from the sun into electricity. With the challenges in the scarcity of energy, different movements initiated by different countries and around the globe are on the run. However, new challenges arise questioning the effectiveness of the solar panel in generating electricity, according to Zetra in 2018. So, next is, there are many studies related of the study of solar energy technology. In US, generating a large amount of electricity using solar panels requires hundreds of thousands hectares of land. They come up with solutions to solve the problems regarding with land area where the solar farm should be planted. The country made use of its deserts. In the vast desert of Mojave, Nevada, and where the sun shines brightest, stood 2 solar farms with a total of 1,980,840 solar panels that could power 46,000 homes in this state, according to McCarthy in 2017. So we are done with the review of related literature. Now let's proceed to the methodology. For the methodology, method of research or research design. The efficiency of using solar-powered streetlights instead of ordinary streetlights in Barangay Linao, Tayasan, Negros, Oriental used both quantitative and qualitative research methods in order to arrive at concrete findings as mentioned to the statement of the problem, and researchers choose quantitative to be able to achieve statistically reliable results. At the same time, the qualitative method would help gain further insight and depth to the findings of this study. By these two methods will help the researchers understand the efficiency of solar-powered streetlights in Barangay Linao, Tayasan, Negros, Oriental. Next is the selection and description of the respondents. The researchers will conduct an interview to the people who are residing at Barangay Linao, Tayasan, Negros, Oriental, and also the municipal electrical engineer of Tayasan, since it is the place where the researchers conduct the study. The researchers use both purposive sampling and random selection of the respondents within the said barangay. Descriptions of instruments used. The researchers use interview questions in order to find out whether or not the idea of using solar-powered streetlights in Barangay Linao, Tayasan, Negros, Oriental would prove beneficial and is a good investment. Open-ended questions and suggestions are added in the interview in order to collect the data that is more in-depth and comprehensive. So these are the questions that are formulated by the researchers for the interview. There are 6 questions. So next is the gathering of data. An analysis was done in order to find out the specific variables and measures which allows the researchers understand the functions and efficiency of using solar-powered streetlights as compared to conventional one. So in doing this project proposal, these are our references. Our appendices. And our resume. So that would be all for our presentation.